Today we have Kurt Emicus with us from Volkswagen. Hello, Kurt.
Hi, Brian.
Kurt is in charge of all things aftermarket within Volkswagen Service. Today, the big question on everybody's mind, Kurt, is in the aftermarket, what does a technician have access to for the diagnostic system? So, Kurt, if you could give us a tour of the OE diagnostic system, that would be excellent.
Sure, Brian. This is our factory tool. It's a VAS 6150C. It's a Panasonic tuck book, a CF53 model with some internal hardware changes to make it more ruggedized. It's got a solid state hard drive and some other things. The interface is called a VAS 5054A. It's a wireless interface, but it also has accommodation for a wired cable, an Ethernet cable. We recommend that for any reprogramming or immobilizer events that you're doing, simply for security's sake. These are available from Snap-on Business Solutions through our Irwin website. If you go onto the tools section, there is a description of how to order one of those. If you don't want to use the factory tool, it works on also a standard laptop with a J2534 interface device, and it worked just fine. The software is available on our Irwin website for both units. This is our Irwin homepage. It's our service information site for Volkswagen. When you go to Vehicle Diagnostics on the top of the Irwin homepage, you come to the registration and installation process for ODIS. Step one is registration. You have to fill out a registration form where you get a site ID, which allows you to continue with the process. The next step, step two, is where you go to order the software. It comes to you on a DVD, and it's one DVD for all brands. Step three is getting a certificate for your laptop. You need that site ID that was issued in the step one to to get the certificate, and also get two other pieces of information, what they call an org ID and a global user ID. The org ID is then used to get licensing, and that's what will identify what brands you have available that you can use, Volkswagen, Audi, and so forth. You use the org ID to get the licensing. The fifth step is subscription. It's available by subscription, and what that allows you to do then is get periodic updates of the software throughout a year.
So, Kurt, now that you've showed us what the system is and where to get it, can you give us a demonstration of how it works?
Yeah, I sure can. We're at the home screen of the diagnostic system. If you look down here in the lower left-hand corner, you can see this little icon. That's going to be on your desktop when you open it up. You just click on that, and this is where you go to. And then we're going to start a diagnostic session. We're going to look at all the modules, and it'll run through them all and see what's on this car. So we start diagnostics. Here we go. We'll get a control module list. Here it's going to ask you what kind of car you have. So in this case, we're running a 2013 GTI, so we're going to call that a 5K, which is actually in the Golf series. It automatically fills the year in based on the VIN and the fact that it's a sedan. Then the next thing you have to select is the engine type. Since it is a GTI, we're going to go with the turbo 2-liter, which is what we have. And we click on Apply. This is the screen that comes up with your username and password. For those of you who are online, this is where you would enter your global user ID and password to actually get access to the application. This one's a standalone unit, so we don't have to do that today. But here it comes up with an RO screen with you can enter repair order information and print that out if you've got a customer repair order. So we'll go past that. We'll click on No RO. And now what it'll start to do is actually do a list of control modules that are on the car. So right now it's doing that function. It's actually checking to see what control modules are here. There we go. Now it's starting to fill those in. First one you see is the engine control module. And it'll run through all the ones that could possibly be on the car and identify the ones that are there. The ones that are grayed out are ones that are not on the vehicle, or at least, or maybe not even communicating. Now you can start to see the list start to build. There's another way to look at this. If you don't want the list version, which I like, is the network diagram. Now this divides it up by the different protocols on the car. The ones that are highlighted in red are the ones that have a DTC associated with them. So here's the whole module diagram. Some of the other things you can do, if you go over here to Extras and click on that button on the right side, here's where you see a list of different functions. Diagnostic interface. This is where you would, if you had a J2534 device, this is where you would select that. Change VCI. Tells you where to do that. Okay. The other thing what you have here is road test mode. Since if you are connected to the internet and you want to take this out on the road and road test the car, you activate road test mode, which allows you then to disconnect from the internet. Then when you get back out of that, when you come back from the road test, you click out of road test mode and it takes you right back to where you were before. Then another interesting thing to look at is the help screen. Let me get to that piece. Wherever you are on ODIS, if you click on help, there is a help screen. It's a big PDF that of 512 pages, and you can go to exactly the place that you're looking at within ODIS. That's it.
So now we've run the health check. Can we see like a live data list?
Yeah, let's see if I can find that. Now what we have here is a diagram of all the modules that are on the car, and they're laid out by the protocols. Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to go to the engine control module and read data. We go to guided functions, double click on the module, guided functions, and then we're going to go reading measured values, engine, perform. Okay. This we're going to continue. There we go. Now you're seeing all the different modules that are on the vehicle, and you can select them. Click on OK. All right, now you're going to see values that change. Would show. Yeah, now we're showing some voltage changes. Throttle angle, or at 92%, back down, so forth. We could start the car up, and then the mass airflow and the oxygen sensor units would also change. All right, we're back to the list of modules on the car, and we're going to test the operation of the windshield wipers. So they're in the central electrics section or module. Right click on that, go to guided functions, and we're going to go to output DTM, perform. There's the usual warnings. Click on that, go to number 3, which is windshield wiper washer system on the right side there. Okay. Go to number 2, which is wiper. Now it tells you to make sure that the hood is closed. Okay. Now we're going to start the test. There we go. All right, that'll just continue running till we cancel the test. Takes it a second for it to shut off. There we are. I know we just scratched the surface on what this tool can do, but it's the exact same tool that used by the dealers. You can use it with our factory scan tool, or you can use it with a standard laptop and a J2534 device. It covers several brands, all the Volkswagen AG brands, including Volkswagen, Audi, Bentley, Lamborghini, and Bugatti if you happen to have one. So thank you very much.